everyone, my name is Kaikun6 and I'm here to do finally like a crafting video for you guys, and this is going to involve the 3D pumpkin form thing that I shown you guys from a previous shopping haul video and then from a previous crafting video, and so that way I can help you put it together or somewhat. So I'm just going to give you the tutorial for you guys. So I was going to upload this video yesterday, but I decided to wait till today, and I have been working on this one since this morning, so that way I could just get it all together, so that way, you know, save some time and all that stuff. So maybe hopefully this video will be a little bit shorter than I will expect, but yeah, so the reason why I didn't upload a video yesterday was because not only yesterday was my mother-in-law's birthday, but I wanted to take the time to actually write, since that's all I have been doing so far. And what else, like the day before yesterday, I also helped my friend Molly, you know, with her shop and everything. She asked me to text her on Monday, and I was like, well, my mother-in-law texted me saying, hey, can you text Molly and see what she wants and this and this, and I was like, yeah, sure. I went to go text her early in the morning, and then next thing you know, she was like, I'm gonna come and pick you up so that way you can help me with my shop, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then of course there were some other things that she needed to get done, but of course, you know, we were having so much fun just talking, trying to get to know each other, this and this, and so yeah. But yeah, so that's what happened. And then I wasn't like sore or anything from helping her with her shop, because all I did was just like organize her fabric. But I also got to meet one of her clients, and she was really nice too. So yeah, so anyway, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna take the day off and just wait until today to go upload a video and stuff like that. And so I'll just start right onto the tutorial. So the first thing you need, of course, is your 3D pumpkin from Dollar Tree, and you can only find it in the Dollar Tree Plus section when it's close to the like summer or the end of summer to the beginning of fall. So if you get a chance to find them, go ahead and find them. And they look like these pieces. So there's a little sneak peek of the paper that I'm going to be using for this project. So you get your 3D pumpkin, and then you get the next thing, which is like, you can do tissue paper, you can do cardstock, which I have used, or anything that you think it's like, you know, that you think you will like for your pumpkin. It could be like orange paper, you could even paint it. So I'm gonna leave like maybe my stem the way it is, because it's already a brown color. But if I go back and look at it and be like, you know what, maybe I should have painted brown, or if not, put some jute rope, like the brown rope, maybe it will look better. I don't know, but I'm just gonna leave it the way it is, and then probably think about it once I'm done recording this video for you guys. So yeah, so I used cardstock for this one, and I used the Floral Frights like a cardstock set from Michael's that I have shown you guys like way after Halloween last year and during a haul video. And yeah, so I really enjoyed the look of this paper, and I felt like this would be really appropriate to use for this pumpkin. And so I felt like, yeah, it's gonna be really pretty. And so yeah, so take advantage of your sales, you guys, even after the holidays, because they might still have a lot of stuff in your local like hobby shops, your craft shops, all that stuff, including like Dollar Tree, because a lot of their Christmas, Halloween stuff usually goes for 50% off already, like quickly right after like the holidays. So yeah, so so the next thing you will need is, of course, your cutting, your tracing thing, depending on how you're gonna do it. If you're gonna do the exacto knife method, that's all up to you, but all I did was scissors and a pen. You could do a pencil, it's just to your preference. I just used a pen because I was whatever was nearby me. And then the last things I will show you guys are a paintbrush and some Mod Podge. You can use Elmer's glue if you want, or hot glue. I just decided on Mod Podge because that was the thing that was lying around nearby me when I was starting to work on this project since this morning. And so yeah, so this one is the Mondo Llama large filbert, which is like that lime green tip of a paintbrush. So as you can see, it's been used. And here's the Mod Podge gloss. I ran out of this stuff this morning, and so I felt like, you know, I'm gonna go find my other Mod Podge, and I have found it, and so I'm gonna be using the matte one to finish this project. Is there a difference? Yes, like there is a difference to using it. It's just like where it says, it just makes it like a gloss effect on there, and this is like a matte effect. But I am not gonna use it for in front of the cardstock. Oh, excuse me, I kind of like spaced out there for a minute. So I will be just putting it on the pumpkin, putting the paper on there, and that's it. So there you go. So that I can just show you guys how I did it. So that's all you need for your 3D pumpkin project thing. So first things first, all I did was I took it out of the packaging and I went to go grab like these 3D pumpkin forms, and then I went to go, you know, just going through the booklet just to see what patterns will I need to put for this pumpkin and all that. And I remember saying in a previous video too that I was gonna have like each little panel on there with different designs, but when I went back to it, I felt like it just looks pretty the way it is, so I'm like, I'm not gonna mess with it. So I just instead of like tracing like half of the pumpkin, I just did the full thing on there, so that way I can just show you guys. But yeah, I went to go tracing and cutting, and this is like my mess. Like this is what it looks like when I first traced it and all that. So like there's just some pretty designs on there. And since this cardstock is like double-sided, I went to go through each one and felt like, you know what, this one will be pretty for one side, and then on the other sheet, because it does come with two, so that way it'll give you chances to use like the back side and the front side of the cardstock. I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use one side of one, and then the other side I could leave it for another project. And so that's what I did. And so for this one, I kind of messed up on this one, so just bear with me. But like I used this design and I felt like this is really pretty. But there was another one that I wanted to do instead of this one, but when I went to go trace it, it was a little bit way off, and I felt like, you know what, I'm going to fix it, and that's what I did. And then I went to go glue this paper, and I felt like, you know what, I think it looks pretty. What do you guys think? I don't know, I like it. And then there's the other paper I chose, and isn't it pretty? I just love jack-o'-lanterns and bats and then vines. It's just so pretty. Like, I'm just gonna give you a close-up of the paper. It's just so pretty. And then there's the other one I used, and this one was like the double-sided one for sure. Like I felt like this was really, really pretty. I don't know, like I'm a sucker for florals, and then when I saw this with the bats and the spider webs, I was like, I gotta use it. And then a little bit of like kind of like a dotted form, kind of like a polka dot type of print, but it's actually like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has like little jack-o'-lanterns on there. They're like super, super tiny. I don't know, I'm able to like zoom in enough where you can actually see them. They probably look like pumpkins to you guys, but like when you see it in person, you can see the little jack-o'-lantern face on there. And so, and the last thing was like I used this paper to just glue one of the last pieces that I needed for this. And then on the back of that one, well, actually, this is what one of them looked like in the back, and I felt like I'm not a fan of like skulls or anything, even though this one had skulls on there, yeah, I would say. But yeah, but I felt like it was all right, you know, because I'm not really a big fan of skulls, but I do like skeletons, so that's a weird part about me. And so I felt like I'm gonna go use instead of this side, since it is pretty and all, but I just don't like skulls. So I thought maybe this one would be appropriate, you know, to do for the final like one side of that pumpkin, like the middle part of that pumpkin. So yeah. And then I'm going to give you some pointers too as to like how I messed this up and everything. So when you're tracing, make sure you're tracing it like one side of the pumpkin. And then when you want a different design on a different pumpkin, flip it over, like flip this, the pumpkin over, so that way you can have an even cut. Because when I went to go flip this over, and I think it was like a black paper that was behind this one, like it was so lopsided, it was kind of like going this way, and then I was like, why? And then I forgot that, yeah, like each pumpkin is different, and so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna use this side to do it for this side of this pumpkin, which is like the bottom part of the pumpkin when you have to slide it up. So I was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. So I was like, you know what, I'll just deal with it. So yeah, so all you do is just like, you know, grab your paper, trace it, cut it, and like I said, we're gonna be using this. And so I'm going to put some decoupage right here, right now, so that I can do it with you guys. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go squirt some Mod Podge on here, so that way it'll be easier for me to just use the paintbrush, and then that way I'll be able to get it done. So all I did was like this. I just squirted like a little bit on here. So, and I'm gonna take this paintbrush and then just start spreading that decoupage on there. And if I need more, I could always just put more. But yeah, while I'm putting the decoupage on here onto the last part of the pumpkin, I went to go to Molly's house. I went to go see her. She said she really needed help, and I was like, sure, I could help you. And then so I went to go, I got picked up by her, since like we don't have a car right now. We're just getting a rental from the rental company for that truck, and my husband is the one that works a lot. So he took the truck, and then so I told her, like, yeah, I don't have another vehicle, like, you know, we just recently got into a car accident, this and this, like, not me, but like my husband. I was at home when this happened, and well, I just came back from hanging out with my mother-in-law when that happened. And so when my husband texted me, I was just like, oh shit, and that was it. So yeah, so I told her about that. She's like, no problem, I'll come and pick you up. And so I gave her my address, because I don't even know if she's ever been to this address before, to be honest, because like my mother-in-law moved time to time when she was here in Quinlan and stuff like that. I gotta go add more Mod Podge to this. I just ran out. I thought maybe she didn't know where I lived at, and I know she always asks, like, you know, directions and this and this. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna give her my address and see what happens. And so she ended up picking me up like around 9:18, 9:20. It was like a very odd time, because she did say she was gonna be a little bit late, and I was like, that's fine. And so we went to do a few errands. We went to Walmart just for her to get some clothes and this and some other stuff that she needed for lunch, because not only did she ended up paying me for my day, but she ended up making lunch for me. So I was just gonna say thank you, Molly, for that, and I did thank her for it. And like, I just had so much fun. And but yeah, I was planning on wanting to get something at Walmart too, because I was like, we were going through like all the clearance sections to like the clothes, and I was like, yeah, this is, I really loved it. But I was like, you know what, I gotta slow down my roll and just like wait till the weekend, so that way I can get some stuff, because I am planning on doing another shopping haul video next week for you guys, because I have been going to Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree, but I wanted to go to Michael's to see what they have, because usually I don't go to like Michael's that often. I wish I did, to be honest. But yeah, there you go. There's like the Mod Podge all spread out on there, and then like I told you guys, I'm gonna be putting this face down, so that way this can be shown on the pumpkin. So yeah, so that way I can just do that, and then I'm just gonna use my hand to smooth over the edges and get it on there really good, and then hopefully clean up my mess, because I see a lot of Mod Podge everywhere all over my buffet piece, but that's okay, that can be easily like cleaned anyway. And that's the one thing I really liked about Mod Podge, is just really easy to clean. And of course, like I said, you can do Elmer's glue and all that, but like if you want the Mod Podge effect of it, I was told to use Elmer's glue and a little bit of water, and it'll be like the same thing. So it's just up to you. What is your preference, to be honest? But yeah, so yeah, like we were hanging out with her and stuff like that, so it was just pretty fun, you know. Like I was hoping like I'll be able to help her with setting up her account for Mercari, this and this, but it was just so much to do in that shop. Like she literally had a mess, but that's okay, because who's like crafting shop or like sewing shop, or even a shop for yourself, like a she shed or a man cave or anything, like whose shop is not that organized, you know? It's always going to be a little bit dirty, you know? And like I told her, like, I'm not that perfect either. Like, if you've seen how my small room is right now, like I could probably show you a little bit of this, because it is embarrassing. Like I have baskets full of clothes, I got boxes, I even got like a trash bag in here, and then some shoes laying around, which is so weird. I'll just show you guys in a little bit. Let me go smooth it out, this paper, and then show you like how this came out. But yeah, so it's a little bit like uneven, because like I could see like a little bit of it right here and this, but like look, it's kind of done. You know, you're basically done, basically. So yeah, so I'll just show you my mess, and excuse the mess, to be honest. I'm trying to organize it. I have been trying to, but then ever since Molly asked me for my help, it was just like, you know, whatever. So here's the mess that I have, you guys, so bear with me. But yeah, there's the trash bag I told you about. Like, all of that is full of like Molly's clothes that she gave me and some shoes, and you'll see the shoes, and I'm gonna be putting that up for Mercari. So yeah, so there you go, there's the mess. Yeah, it's a huge mess. I am very embarrassed. Yes, I'm very embarrassed for the mess, so that's why I cannot wait to just organize it, because this whole thing has taken like half of my floor space already, and like it was so tight to roll in this chair from my dining room area so that way I can sit down and actually, you know, do videos for you guys every week. So yeah, but yeah, so we're basically done. And yes, I know there's like a little bit hanging on the edge, but that's okay. A lot of it, like you can see, it's like, you know, not very even. And if you have like you know, like a tool, like a sanding tool or something, where, or if not, like an exacto knife, like I said earlier, you can just cut off the edges and then make it all even. That's up to you. That's your preference. I was just, excuse me, I was just like, I just like the way it is. And so yeah, so now we're gonna put it together, and this is the hard part, because that's when I'm going to give you a few pointers, you guys. When you're doing the tracing on this, make sure it's not, you know, exactly close to like the edge of like some of these pieces. Make sure they're a little bit wider, because as soon as you put them together, like your paper is either going to peel off or scrape off or something. So like, I'll just show you guys. When I was trying to put it together earlier, there's like this little line somewhere right here, and it just looks like it's been scraped off from like another piece of paper or something. So that's all I can give you for the pointers. And of course, make sure when you're tracing your paper to flip over your pumpkin, so that way you will know which like how to trace the paper, and then when you glue it on there, and hopefully it don't look lopsided or weird or something. So yeah, so now we're gonna be putting it together. So this is like my bottom piece for that, and then this is the middle piece that we were just working on, you know. And so all you have to do is just slide it in there, and it's going to be difficult because yeah, it won't. This one looked easy to put in, but wait until you put the last part in. So here's like the top piece for that, so that way they can put two together. And then all you have to do is just slide it in to the final pieces for the pumpkin, and hopefully I'll be able to do this, because I did have a hard time to piece it together because of the fact that I was trying to figure out like, okay, do I need to trim it down, do I need to do this and do that, and I don't know, I just had a hard time. And so I felt like, you know what, I'm gonna have to see how this goes. And yeah, this is getting difficult. Like, I could barely put it in there, you guys. So let me see if I could just find a way how to, like, you know, maneuver it around and see if I could slide it down. I think I can. It's just, like I said, like when you're doing the tracing of these papers, make sure that they're you know, even or a little bit uneven or something, whatever your preference is. And make sure you use a sanding tool or an exacto knife to cut the papers, and that way you don't have a tough time trying to slide every single little piece like I am. And yeah, I'm having a tough time trying to slide it all in there. Oh, there you go. Sort of. I got it almost all the way in. Sorry, you guys. I'm doing this off camera because it is so difficult to put the pieces in there. There you go. I think we're finally done. That took me forever. That's gonna take you forever if you did it the way I did it. So there you go. It's not completely perfect, you know, like it's not really perfectly symmetrical, but it's gonna work. It's just gonna hold together. So look how pretty this pumpkin is. Like I said, I'm gonna probably leave it like this, or not, put some jute rope around it so that way it makes the stem stand out, or if not, paint it like a darker brown or stained it or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure it out, but so far I'm gonna leave it like this. I like it. So there's your 3D pumpkin form, and like it's done. And like, you know how, like I said, each panel has a different design on there, even though some of them are repeated, and that's fine. But yeah, I love how it came out. I love it. So this is gonna be so perfect for Halloween, and you're gonna see me actually like probably display it somewhere in my home once I get it all cleaned up and stuff, because I've been having a tough time with chores too, you know. Well, mainly it's just me being lazy, but yeah. Anyway, that's basically much it. Like, it's the most easiest project you can do. Like, if you don't have the 3D form, you know, I have seen one of the crafters on Facebook, because she did this herself. Like, that's where I got the inspiration from. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take her 3D pumpkin idea, and then I'm just gonna use like this paper for, like, instead of like fall stuff, it's gonna be for Halloween. So but yeah, I saw a crafter. Her name is Barb. She's from, like, her page is called The Shabby Tree, and I saw her, you know, her project on there, and I saw how much of a tough time that she had just putting it together, and I was just like, yeah, you're gonna have a tough time together if like you find a way how to like slip these pieces in together without like the paper affecting it, and this and this. And so yeah, I like the way that hers came out, and I felt like, you know what, I'm gonna do it like that. And then she said, like, a pointer would be like, if you know how to like trace and cut cardboard really well, you can do this out of cardboard, but it won't be like an outside project thing, unless you use like a sealer, like a weather sealer or something. That's up to you. But if you happen to find this 3D pumpkin at the Dollar Tree Plus section, you know, or the Plus section at Dollar Tree, I would say, and you happen to find it, grab one, and then try this project yourself. I don't know, what do you guys think? I really like it. Like, I like how it, like, I just love, I'm a sucker for gold foil or silver foiled paper like this, and so when I first saw this, I fell in love with it. And then of course I'm a fan of jack-o'-lanterns and this and this, and then floral stuff, so this is like my aesthetic. I really love like Halloween stuff where it's just this, like this, you know, it's just pretty. So anyway, yeah, that's everything from this video. I'm gonna go clean up. I'm gonna throw away whatever I need to throw away. I'm gonna take care of those like extra sheets of paper, because I have it in this basket right here, so it's like all the tracing that I did on that one. So like I said, next week I'm gonna be doing a shopping haul video for you guys, because I have been, you know, shopping at Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree. And so I'm going to be showing off my finds from there. And then, you know, some of them is going to be, excuse me, future craft projects. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed it. So hopefully you guys have a lovely day and a lovely week. And I'll see you guys next week. All right. Bye, everyone.